Last night, Zandy broke my heart. He goes, Mom, you got like one smart kid and one kid who's, you know, like, not dumb, but like maybe a little dumb. And I was like, are you calling Penny dumb? And he's like, no, Penny's smart. And I was like, are you calling yourself dumb? And he goes, no, just a little bit. And I was like, you're not, buddy. I'm like, do you remember how you made a 12,000 piece Bowser out of Legos that said 18 plus on it? And I'm like, you are exceptional when it comes to visual, like, building. He's exceptional. Like, he can look at a picture of anything and make it. He's great at that. What he has struggles with is sitting in his seat, you know, following directions. So he thinks that he's not very smart, but it kind of broke my heart. Anyway, okay, so the quadratic equation, why am I saying that it's two equations? What part about the quadratic equation is two equations? Not the dividing part. Yeah? I mean, that is two answers. I'm talking about the equation itself. When you look at the equation, negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a, what part could be two equations? Yeah?
Inside b squared and outside.
No. The plus or minus. One has a plus, one has a minus. That's what gets you two answers, because one's a plus and one's a minus. So we're just going to write this out. One of them is negative b plus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. And one is negative b minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Do you guys see how the only differences between those two equations are a plus and a minus? Your calculator is stupid, so we have to write both equations. Now, I also have to write it with a stupid amount of parentheses so that the calculator understands. So here's how I'm going to write this equation. Where do I need parentheses to make this work?
In front of minus b and f.
So the top of the fraction
Yeah.
and?
Around the square root.
Now, you would need it around the square root like right here, but actually the newer calculators put a square root in there, and you can just specifically put it under the square root, so you don't need that. But the old ones, you did have to do that, yeah?
And this I figured out last night around the 2a.
Okay, so everybody write this out. Our first equation is parenthesis negative b plus the square root of b squared minus 4ac. Just putting it under the square root will take care of that. Parentheses divided by 2a, but parentheses around that as well. And the other one is exactly the same, except for it has a minus. Calculators are stupid. Your calculator, do you guys understand that if I say minus 4, that's the same thing as plus a negative 4? Your calculator doesn't believe that. Your calculator thinks a minus is a minus and a negative is a negative, and they are not the same thing, which means that in this equation, you need to use a negative for this one. Where's the negative key on your calculator? Hold up your calculator so that it faces me and touch the negative key. It's down here. That's the negative key. Now show me the minus sign. The minus sign is over here, and that's what we're going to use on this one. Okay? All right, so here we go. Parentheses. Negative alpha b, if you get behind, that's fine. You should be typing right now. Plus a square root of b squared. Do you guys see how it already put the parenthesis under there for me? B squared minus 4 alpha a alpha c parentheses. Parentheses. So we're going to need two sets of parentheses. Everybody look up. Is this what yours is doing? Or does it have the square root over everything? It doesn't do this? Okay, everybody stop. Look up. Please stop and look up. Otherwise your program is going to be messed up. We need to add an extra set of parentheses underneath the square root. I thought it was going to do it for us. Okay. Divided by parentheses 2 alpha A parentheses. Look at your screen when you're done. Yours should look exactly like mine. And just do the first one. Just do the plus one. When you're done, look at your partners. Put your calculators right next to each other. Compare. Make sure that you are the same.
Yeah. That's just extra.
How are we doing? Anybody need more time? Do you understand why I would be so mad if somebody right now said, "How do I name my program?" Okay, and that has happened before. You know it has, right? It's like you ever see like a warning on something, like a warning label, and you're like, "What idiot did this?" And I saw a warning label on my hairdryer once that said, "Don't use while sleeping." Someone did that and burned down their house and sued. I'm guessing it was somebody who like left it on because they were cold and tried putting it underneath a blanket and then like burned alive. And now hair dryers say on them, "Don't use while sleeping," so that people can't sue them. All right, now you're gonna hit the store key. The store key is right above the on button. It's right here. It says STOP. It makes an arrow. And we're gonna store it as alpha E.
Where'd you find the arrow?
The IO. Are you talking to me?
Oh, yes.
Arrow is stow above the on.
All right.
Okay, you're going to store it as alpha E. That means I'm taking that answer and storing it in my calculator as E. And then I'm going to hit enter. And I'm going to make the exact same equation again, but what's different this time? A minus instead of a positive. So a minus instead of a plus, and make sure it's a minus, not a negative. And this time we're going to store it as F. Your calculator should look exactly the same the first and the second time, except for this is a plus, that's a minus, this is an E, that's an F.
Oh no.
Wrong button.
Yeah. I forgot to hit alpha on the program.
No problem, so then you hit second quit.